This is game 3 of 5 games I played against the same opponent. In his game he played e4, I played c5, the Sicilian defense, a little bit more aggressive than the usual c6 or g6 that I play, or d6. So bishop c4. Now my opponent likes to have a bishop on this diagonal, no matter what white plays, and it's pretty blind actually. So I just play e6 and take care of it. d3, and now play d5 straight away. So he hasn't achieved much in the opening so far, and I know from the first game that his idea is to put pressure on the center, and once I play knight f6, he plays bishop g5, trying to eliminate one of the defenders of this pawn. Bishop here, knight there, prepared to cut here and attack the d5 pawn once, with the threat of eliminating the knight on f6. Castle, knight f4. So, is he really threatening the pawn on d5? If he were to play this, recapture, and knight takes, the bishop would be on b2, with rather bad consequences for him. So he has to do something about it. So I play knight c6, he meets the threat, and now he's threatening to take on f6 and take on d5. So I just push, just like that. And here he makes a rather anti-positional move. He plays this. It looks really bad, but it's not too bad because he will be able to get that square for the knight. And it's a very common theme, to eliminate the bishop here, to take a very, very good, strong position in the center with an outpost. But this outpost can be dislodged with knight here quite easily. And this bishop is locked in, but it can quickly go onto another diagonal. So it's not pretty what he plays, but it's not too bad either. But here I ask the question to the bishop, h6, and takes. He needs to castle because, if knight had played here, then the rook checks on e8, and he's he loses the right to castle. So now, I'm not sure if that's the best move, but what I played is just aiming to stop him from getting on d5, and then I will dislodge him with a move like bishop here. I don't mind losing this bishop because my pawns are already on dark squares, so it's playable. Knight d2. Then I just play here. He doesn't want to exchange the pieces. I could have played moves like queen f3 or something, but sorry, queen f3, is it possible? Yeah, queen f3 here, defending the knight on f4. Probably would have taken actually, and then play something, or maybe bishop. Take first, and then bishop to f5, attacking this. Different type of game. So after knight e2, play b6, f4, bishop goes back here, and a4, and then bishop b7. So I've got the two bishops pointing in that direction. It's never good news for the king, the opposite king. Now, bishop b7 is possibly not the best move. I had a much stronger move, which is knight to f5, and then he would be backpedaling real quickly, because say queen e1 to avoid the fork here. Knight e3 anyway, rook up, and then just a move like that. Knight f1 to dislodge, and then I would just come back to g4. There's too much pressure on white at this stage. I mean, he's got potential pressure on the file. He's got a piece that's hovering around his king side. He's got the prospects of the second bishop coming into play. It's meanwhile now this one is really locked in now. So that was just a line. I played bishop b7, and that gives him the opportunity to activate his knight and defend, prevent me from getting in, and it stops me a little bit. King up, but now he plays this, always with the theme of stopping my knight from getting in here. So I played f5. Bishop has to come out, and he does so very successfully. Rook in the center, bishop oppose, I take. This enables me to pick up that pawn and start defending a little bit. So it's pretty handy now that the bishop is defending here. So he doesn't have much to show for his pawn. Knight here, which is a great square for the knight. Prospects of coming here or coming there. In the meantime, it stops any break on a5. He piles up on the king side. Just check. And now king up. Of course, in this position, you have to be careful about potential sacrifices here, and it's probably what he should have done here. He should have taken this way. Can have a look at the line. Take, and now there's all sorts of trouble here. Possibly rook f5, trying to exploit the fact that this queen is not defended. So the immediate threat is actually rook here check, picking up the queen. Knight e5 would defend my queen, and then he can double up on the e file. He's got some attacking prospects, but he's still losing. Possibly changing a rook here, knight f5 check, and just king here. And although he has some pressure, it doesn't really have anything. So we go back to king g7, knight goes back to e2 now, and we have knight e5. Now that's just annoying to have a pressure on a backward pawn like that, and I don't know what else he can do but playing rook d1, which he did. But now the knight gets on g4 and is threatening all kinds of things here. Queen defends, so if knight here, you just take. Here I played queen d6, which is not a terribly good move. It's okay, it's still winning the game. But I had a different line, which is bishop g5. I'm threatening to take this, and there's not a whole lot he can do to defend it. He has to play g3. Then the rook gets in. Queen has to withdraw to g2. The other one comes in, piles up on the weak knight here. So you're really asking the questions here. he has to play a move like this, which is probably best. You take here, pawn takes, and just a simple move like this, withdrawing the rook but threatening to get in there. On e3, queen to f3, knight e3, knight a3. That'll be the typical variation that you can expect. And rook e3 he's just lost here. There's not much you can do. So in the game I play queen d6, to which he replied g3, rook e7, knight back, rook here. And what I'm doing here is what I call minimalism. Minimalism applied to chess. You do only what you need to do to win, and you do not allow counterplay. So that's the name of the game. So I swap, do that. There's a line, a forced line, which I believe leads to a one rook endgame. So that's why I played it. b3. Now I just play rook here. So he's not in a good position here. I mean, what is he going to do? Let's have a look at a defense. For example, rook f3. Then you just go to b2, a5, b5, c takes, rook takes b3, king g2. You got to be careful because the threat could have been that. And now just take on b5, rook f2, just pick up everything. And he doesn't have much. So in this position he played rook e1, trying to activate his rook. And then I just take. He picks up a pawn. But really the name of the game is this one. And that's very difficult for him to... He's trying something that's way too slow, because now I just queen. And he's going to end up with his pawn 2 squares away from queening. Should he decide to do this? Takes, and a queen would check here. So the game is lost. Quite an interesting game, but it shows that trying to play set plays, always playing bishop b4 in a kind of a set play manner is not always the way to go. You have to assess the individual need of the position before you make your moves.